Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to connect again together in this webinar. And I will share with you the latest activation, the promise. And this is a very important frequency, the promise. How many times we promised ourselves something? To go for yourself, to go for your dream, to go for your desires. And many times we are not loyal to our own promise. There's distraction, or we don't believe it, or we don't trust it, and then we leave the promise we made to ourselves. How many times we postponed what we really want? Oh, tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe next month, and then we don't keep the promise to ourselves. Before we really can connect with the promise to ourselves, we need to be aware of self-love. Self-love is a very important theme in our life. Without self-love, we cannot manifest. We cannot manifest our dreams, and then the dream stays a dream. We cannot manifest our biggest desire. Self-love is the first key. So I want to make a promise with you and to inspire you to connect with self-love, and from that self-love to make a promise to yourself. So let's make a promise in this webinar to ourselves. A promise to be who you truly are and to live your dream, to do what you love most. But before we go there, I would love to know, where are you from? Share in the chat, where are you from, so we can see with who are we connected tonight. Because I want to create a powerful energy field of love to inspire each other to connect with the promise of self-love. How many times we looked in the mirror? Wow, it's so great to see where you're all from. How many times we see ourselves in the mirror? And that's the mirror of judgment. Many times we looked in the wrong mirror, that we judge ourselves, or we don't believe in ourselves, or we think we are not ready. Many times in workshops, when I connect with people about their biggest desire, many answers are about, but first I need to change this. Or but first I need to learn that. Or but first I need to work on this or that, or do a workshop, or it's always there's a but. We always postpone. We never keep our promise. The promise to be who we truly are, and the promise to live our dream, to do what we love most. So in this webinar, I want to inspire you to connect with self-love. So one thing we can do is, from now on, make the first promise to yourself. Make the promise that from now on, every mirror you see, you tell yourself, now I will look in the right mirror, in the perfect mirror. And if I look myself in the eyes, I will think or say in my thoughts or out loud, I love me, I love myself. And if you look yourself deep in the eyes. With every mirror you see, everywhere where you are, you see a mirror. Even when you see your mirror in a store or wherever you are. Every time from now on, make that promise. You just say or think, I love you, when you look to yourself. The first step. And I will share with you to prepare the energy with the self-love quantum activation. And the quantum activation is where I will mention a mantra, and I will repeat that mantra 3 times, and you repeat it also. And then you focus on the center of your screen, you connect with the sound you hear to activate self-love. In this activation we put frequencies what influence the second and the third chakra. The second chakra is about loving yourself, to be sweet to yourself, And the third chakra is about the power of action, is about courage, is about letting go fears, is about trust, that you feel and start to feel, I'm worth it. I value myself. That promise I will make to myself. So when we start a quantum activation, for the ones who are new here, I start with a mirror of your soul, and that's sacred geometry. Sacred geometry is the language of your soul. So you just focus in the center of your screen, and you connect with the sounds you hear. And when the screen gets totally black, you close your eyes, and you stay with your eyes closed until I come back to you. After this quantum activation, self-love, I will explain more about the new activation, just finished the latest activation, the promise. But first, let us share and prepare the energy of self-love before we go to the promise. If we don't feel self-love, we cannot make a promise because we will not keep it. We will get distracted again. Distracted because of insecurities, of fears for rejection, of fear for judgment, of fear to fail. So first, I want to connect with self-love. So please leave the chat so we don't disturb each other, and I will start a quantum activation. Just enjoy it, and after this quantum activation, it's only 5 minutes, I will be back to you and we prepare ourselves for the initiation of the promise we make to ourselves, the promise that we love ourselves, the promise to live our dream, to make choices, to manifest our dream. But now I will end my camera and we go together to the activation, the quantum activation of self-love. Enjoy. Dear special person, just follow the words I share with you. Take a deep breath and hold it, and put a smile on your face and breathe out slowly. I'm worthy and enough as I am. Take a deep breath and hold it, and put a smile on your face and breathe out slowly. I'm worthy and enough as I am. Take a deep breath and hold it, and put a smile on your face and breathe out slowly. I'm worthy and enough as I am. And now focus on the center of your screen and connect with the music. Take a deep breath and just share with me what you feel with the quantum activation about self-love. Also, I want to ask you to share with me and with each other which promise you want to make tonight with yourself. Which promise you want to make during this webinar with yourself. The promise to be loyal to yourself from self-love, because you're worth it and you deserve it, to be who you are and to do what you love most. We all have dreams and desires, but many times we live the dream of someone else because we have fear for rejection or fear to fail, fear for critics, and many times we judge ourselves. So remember, from now on, the first promise, every mirror you see, you look in the mirror and you say in yourself, oh, I love you. Just to give new information to your subconscious, to override your subconscious, to really start loving yourself. Self-love is a very important key to manifest your dreams. But also to be loyal to yourself and to keep your promise. And so, what promise you want to make to yourself? So we initiate with this activation, this promise. To give this promise to your subconscious, to your soul, to keep us to that promise. Because we understand and we feel and we remember that we're worth it and that we deserve it to live our dreams. So what is your promise? Maybe you make a promise to yourself that you want more love in your life, or to get more energy in your life, more health, more abundance. What promise you're going to make? I will also make a promise to myself, because a lot of people think when you do this work and that I'm connected with Actuarians and I channel, that I know everything, but that's not true. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and sometimes I don't keep promises to myself because I'm afraid to hurt someone or disappoint another person, and then I disappoint myself. Because I have a strong desire in what I want in my life. I have a strong desire in what I do. And sometimes I don't keep that promise. Because I think another person deserves my loyalty more than I deserve it. So we need to change this. We need to be loyal to ourselves. Self-love is a very important key. But what kind of promise you're going to make to yourself? Share it with each other in the chat. And let's make a promise. And that you are loyal to yourself and you keep your promise. No distraction, because you deserve it. And everything is possible. Energy attracts energy. We are all connected with a morphokinetic field. We are connected with a big quantum field where everything exists and everything is possible. But it takes time, so we need to keep that focus on our desire. So what is your biggest desire and what promise you're going to make according to that desire? And also, when you make that promise, tell yourself, your subconscious, that every day you make the frequency bigger of what is giving me energy, what makes me smile, what makes me happy, what gives me love, what gives me satisfaction. Every day you can ask this kind of questions, and you make the promise that every day you make this frequency bigger. That I get every day more smiles, more happiness, more health, more satisfaction, and more love. We can make that promise to ourselves. And if we make that promise, that we stay loyal to that promise. That we stay loyal because we feel, I deserve it, I'm worth it, to be happy, to be healthy, to have my dream in reality, that I live my dream and that I'm who I am, that I live who I am, that I live my own truth, because I deserve it and I'm worth it. So make that promise to yourself. And maybe you want to share it in the chat. And in the meanwhile, I will explain for the ones who are new, what is an activation? An activation is based on sacred geometry. It's an active meditation. It's based on sacred geometry because you and me are sacred geometry. From every cell to every organ to our complete body, we are sacred geometry. In nature, animals, plants, flowers, the whole universe is based on a sacred geometry pattern. And if we start to resonate with sacred geometry, we create balance. So when we start an activation, you focus on the center of your screen and you connect with a message for your subconscious. Also, the sacred geometry is called the mirror of your soul. So in the mystery schools of Egypt, for example, they worked with sacred geometry, with going to a higher consciousness. So you focus on the center of your screen and you connect with the sounds and the music you hear. Music is vibration. And for every activation, we make special music. And with this music, we also put frequencies. Like maybe you heard of bioresonance. So we put certain megahertz frequencies to these activations, also to connect with your subconscious and to override what we learned, what we are not, and not taking care of ourselves. And where are the judgments? So we override that subconscious. And it's possible during an activation you will feel temperature differences. So if you get pressure on your forehead, just allow everything what needs to happen. It's just energy what starts to move. We don't place anything, it's just a mirror of what is already inside of you. So after 5 minutes, when you focus on your screen, the screen gets totally black. At that moment you close your eyes and you stay with your eyes closed until I come back to you. And some people look and open their eyes and then they see the screen in black and white and they ask me, but Janos, we see the frequency again on the screen. We don't need to look. No, the black and white is only there to keep the screen open, that it's not going on a safety mode in the automatic closing. So again, you focus on the center of your screen, you connect with the sounds and frequencies. Best thing is to use a headphone. And when the screen gets black, after 5 minutes, you close your eyes and you connect with the frequencies. And you open your eyes at the moment when I come back to you. Because at the end of an activation, also when you do it for yourself, when the music stops, we go 1 minute in silence. Just to digest, process the frequency. And the activation I share with you in this webinar is all about the promise to yourself, to initiate that promise that you stay loyal to yourself, to keep yourself to that promise and not postpone anymore, because you deserve it and you're worth it, really, to live your dream, to be who you are. And that promise we're going to initiate with this activation. So let's prepare. I want to ask you to leave the chat and that we prepare ourselves for this activation. Just close your eyes for a few seconds. Just close your eyes, leave the chat, and think of someone you love very much. Can be a person, can be an animal, can be a pet, can be even a situation what opens the heart chakra. So just think of someone or a situation or what gives you that love feeling to open the heart chakra. Try to feel that love in your heart. And then we put intention that there are coming little golden lines from your heart to everyone who's doing this activation. Even when they are here live, now with us in this webinar, or see the recording. Because in the quantum field there is no distance and no time. So if we put intention, the connection is there. So we put intention to put little golden lines from our heart to everyone who's doing this activation, to create a powerful field with this love, powerful energy, that we keep our promise, that we are loyal to ourselves, that we say when we see a mirror, I love you. I love you so much. Also, let's open the heart. If everyone is sending love to that field on the little golden lines, we need to open our heart also to receive the love. So just open your heart also to receive the love we put on this quantum field of love. And remember, when we start activation, just focus on the center of your screen. Connect with the music. And when the screen gets totally black, you close your eyes and you stay with your eyes closed until you hear my voice again. And when we start activation, we do 3 times a deep breath into your nose, out to your mouth, as deep as possible. And the same thing you do when the screen gets totally black and you close your eyes. We do 3 times the deep breath into your nose, out to your mouth. And we keep, when we breathe in, a few seconds, we hold it. And we focus that we breathe through our belly button. The belly button is exactly the golden ratio. It's a sacred geometry pattern in our body. It doesn't matter if you are long or short or big. For every person, the navel is the power place in our body where we breathe through. Also, this activation has certain frequencies what connect with the second chakra about self-love, what connects with the third chakra, the navel chakra, where's the courage to make the choice and to let go the fears and to put the manifesting power there, the power of action, to really be loyal to yourself, to make the promise to yourself because you deserve it and you're worth it. Also, this activation has certain frequencies what connect with the pineal gland, and a pineal gland is also very important to connect with our intuition, to follow our own truth. Let's start the activation and enjoy it. I will close my camera. Please leave the chat for now. And remember, when the music stops at the end, we go 1 minute in silence to process this frequency. And this frequency, what is all about the promise we make to ourselves, to stay loyal to our promise to ourselves. I will close my camera and I start the activation in a few seconds. Enjoy. we take again slowly 3 times the deep breath. And when you're ready, maybe you want to stretch a little bit to ground. And then you open your eyes. The promise to be loyal to yourself. And maybe you want to share with me in the chat one word. What do you feel right now? What is the first thought you're getting? And what you feel with your promise, to keep your promise. It's important, as I explained, to connect with self-love, to connect that you feel I deserve it and I'm worth it, to live my dream, to connect with the promise, to be loyal to yourself, to make that promise, to live your dream, to be who you truly are, and to really do what you love most, the promise. Tomorrow you will find the recording of this webinar on my YouTube channel, and I hope you repeat for a few times this activation. Repeating is the power to really stay inspired that you promise to yourself. Or you go to cosmic.care, there you find also this activation. Tomorrow it will be there after the webinar. The promise. It's important we are loyal to ourselves to keep that promise. And also I want to share something else with you, because in January I started with a 33 challenge, the Quantum Biohack, and more than 700 participants were in this challenge. And after 1 week already, so many things happened, and they really made a change. In the Quantum Biohack, we override our subconscious. So I made a promise, talking about promise, to do it once again to start these 32 days. And the 26th of March, I start a new group with the quantum biohacking to override our subconscious, to really start to live our dream, to really start to manifest what we really want. And as I said, it was mind-blowing what was happening with the participants. So if you haven't seen this or follow it, I will share with you the link, and I hope you go with me to the quantum biohacking. And in the middle of April, I will be back with the next webinar. Maybe we see each other there, and I hope you share on my socials how you experience this activation. But I hope you come with me to the quantum biohacking. The promise. Repeat this activation. Stay to your promise. Stay loyal to yourself. And remember, every time when you see a mirror and you see yourself in the mirror, you repeat the words, I love you. I love you so much. To really override that subconscious mind. To feed our subconscious. To give energy to our soul. That we are worth it and we deserve it to live our dream. And just write down after this webinar, write your promise down, put it on a little paper, keep it with you. So you remember every day you made a promise to yourself. The promise to be who you are, to promise to live your dream, to do what you love most. Stay loyal to yourself. Thank you for the connection, and looking forward to connect again with you next time. I hope you enjoyed this activation, and I'm looking forward to the next time, or to the quantum biohacking, or in the next webinar. Wishing you an amazing week, and keep your promise. Stay loyal to yourself. Thank you for being part of this webinar tonight, and looking forward to meet again. Bye-bye.